So hello friends, we're back again. I'm going to make some more cutting boards. I'm in the workshop once again, and I received some good advice on my last video. We're going to get started. I'm going to make some long grain cutting boards. I have a plan for one I'm going to do. This is my expert plan right here. Kind of looks like this. So the red is cherry, the black is black walnut, the yellow is maple, purple heart obviously, zebra wood. So that's an outline. That's what I'm going to work on today. I don't know if you can hear, but it's raining pretty good, so I'm not going to have the garage door up. You can see the water coming in. Here's kind of my design here. These red ones are cherry, right here, 4 cherry pieces. The yellow is this maple. So the maple is smaller than the cherry. You can't tell by my awesome drawing, but this maple I'm going to cut in half. It's going to sandwich in between these 2 cherries on this side and 2 cherries on the bottom. The black walnut is going to, I'm going to rip these in half as well. They're going to sandwich in between here and here. Then the purple heart I'm going to cut into thirds if I can. I'm going to cut this into thirds, and it's going to sandwich this zebra wood. I'm going to cut in half, and it's going to go in between the 2 third cut pieces of the purple heart, and then repeat the pattern again on the bottom side. So let's rip some wood. Because of my amateurishness, I've got 2 different size boards here. I've got 1 5/8, then I also have 1 3/4. Although they're all the same height. If you look down here, you can see these are all flush this way to 1 degree or another. However, this board is 1 5/8 wide, and this one and these 2, this one and these 2 are 1 3/4, and so is this purple heart. So different measurements. Half of 1 5/8 is 13/16, but a half of 1 3/4 is 7/8, I believe. That's what I'm going with. So I've got my saw here, and I've done some jerry rigging where all the dust was coming out of the bottom, and again, I don't have a dust collection bag. So I took this box that I found in the garage and I wedged it under there as hard as I can to try to collect most of the dust. Because again, it's raining outside and I can't open this up because I don't want to get wet and I don't want my tools to get wet. So I'm going to try to collect the dust in there. I do not have an outfeed tube for my shop vac on this table saw. It's before the modern era, I guess. I'm doing the best I can. Also, my gauges aren't exactly perfect on here, although it does have an adjustment screw. I can do that, but I'm just using my tape measure. So this is 7/8 from the edge of the blade to the fence. So I'm going to rip these 1 3/4 boards down to half of their width, which is 7/8, I believe. So I already know I made a mistake because I forgot to account for the width of the blade. I'm an idiot. So this is this board is 7/8, but the other side comes out 3/4. So because the blade is 1/8 of an inch. All right, so I'm going to rip this down to the width of this one. But I like the way it came out, in any case. All right. So after all of that trial and error, blood, sweat, and tears. Here is a sneeze. Here's my finished vision. So, as you can see, the smaller purple heart didn't really hinder the job too much because I'll just put it in the middle. No one will notice it's a little bit smaller. Now what I'm going to do is glue it. I'm not sure which edge I'm going to use yet. I used a 1/4 inch round over on the last one, or a 3/8 inch round over on the last one. I don't know what I'll use on this one. Maybe a Robin Ogie. Ogie? OG. I like OG better because that's what I am. OG. Yeah. I'm going to give it some kind of round over and then smooth it all up, oil it up. It's mostly sanding, these jobs. So anyway, let's get to it. 60 grit. Okay, all sanded up nice and tight. Now let's get the glue in. Here we are again at the sanding stage. So this is all glued up. Weighs an absolute ton. It's gigantic. I think this one I'm going to give to my parents. You guys know how it goes. This is the longest process here, the sanding stage. So, wish me luck. Ear protection. Okay, so it's the next day. I've got the piece all squared up to the dimensions that I want. I have my router table here with my router, and I've got a 3/8 inch round over bit installed, locked in. So what I'm going to do, put a 3/8 inch round over on this whole piece. So let's do it. Alrighty. Today is the third day I've been working on this cutting board and the second day of sanding. I just finished. I cut hand holes into the bottom, and I've just finished sanding down to 220, and now I'm going to oil it. Cherry, black walnut, maple, black walnut, cherry, purple heart, zebra wood, purple heart, zebra wood, and so forth. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far.